अगर आप पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं देन यू शुड डेफिनेटली वॉच दिस।
ट्रेड्स की जो मैं स्ट्रैटेजी यूज कर रहा हूँ, वॉरेन बफेट की स्ट्रैटेजी है, start building good habits, otherwise bad habits are automatically gonna attract you. Procrastination is not equal to laziness. अगर 10 साल तक किसी ने इन्वेस्ट किया होता, they would have made zero money or else they have lost money. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे को हर रोज कुछ ना कुछ अलग करना है, उसी एक चीज में कुछ अलग करना है।
ये तो सही बोला कि डीट पना और पैशन आपको जरूरी है अगर आपको लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना है।
Let's assume right now you are at 1 lakh and 10 years down the line वही 1 lakh से you want to build 100 crores. It's not possible if you are investing in FD. Trading में भी काफी सारे different aspects हैं, which is within a day we call it intraday trading. Then we have BTST, which we have like for 2 days. Then we have swing trading, which is for 7 to 10 days. And
हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ कॉन्वो विद आयश। आज का हमारा एपिसोड बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि हमने इसको दो सेगमेंट में डिवाइड किया है। बिकॉज वी हैव टुडे विद अस अ वेरी यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड प्रो ट्रेडर। तो पहले हम जानेंगे कि ट्रेडिंग के क्या बेसिक्स होते हैं, क्या सीक्रेट्स होते हैं, इफ यू आर अ बिगिनर कैसे अप्रोच करें, हाउ टू इन्वेस्ट, आपका माइंडसेट क्या होना चाहिए, एक्सेट्रा। सो इफ you are thinking about trading in any way at all, this is the podcast for you and you should definitely watch till the end. एक और सेगमेंट है जिसमें हमने हाई परफॉर्मेंस, हैबिट्स, माइंडसेट, स्पिरिचुअलिटी और बहुत सारी एक्स्ट्रा बातें की हैं, विच इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ माय पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट, जिसके लिए मैं बहुत ज्यादा पैशनेट हूँ। So this is a podcast for today. Our guest today is Sahil Popli. He's a young entrepreneur, a pro trader and coach, and soon to be author. He has been financially independent since age 16 and he's just 21 right now. First successful trader in his overall family, first generation entrepreneur, facilitator, coach, and a dear friend. So sit back, enjoy the podcast, and if you have any queries related to trading, mindset, or personal development, do ask them in the comments. Also share your takeaways and learnings from this podcast. Let's begin. Hi Sahil, welcome to Convo with Aysh. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast show. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. मैं बहुत टाइम बाद एक पॉडकास्ट रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ, so I'm very excited. और आज तो फुल पम्प्ड अप जोन में चल रही हूँ, so this is gonna be great.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. And even मेरा भी वही zone है almost, because I have not even recorded any podcast, not even as a guest, not even as a host since 2.5 weeks. So yeah, interesting.
Nice. फुल निकाल देंगे आज अंदर का भरा हुआ. Okay. So before starting, for the people who are seeing Sahil for the first time, he's an IT engineering dropout turned pro trader and an amazing coach. तो अगर आपको mindset, high performance, productivity या spirituality के बारे में बात करना, this is your go-to person. So this is Sahil for you. आज के podcast में आपको बहुत सारे amazing tricks जरूर मिलने वाले हैं in an overall life way. अगर आप personal development start कर रहे हैं, then you should definitely watch this. Okay, so this is our context. अब हम start कर सकते हैं. So, like I said in your introduction, you're an IT engineering dropout. So, सब लोग सोचते हैं कोई भी डिग्री हो, एक ना एक बार हर इंसान सोचता है कि छोड़ दो यार, ये नहीं करता. So, what made you actually drop out?
What made me actually because of my purpose in life. Honestly, like one line answer would be that, क्योंकि like when I was doing engineering, तो first year में ही मैं clear हो गया था कि मुझे engineering नहीं करनी है, because I was not able to resonate with that. But definitely like peer pressure होता है, then we have societal pressure and so on. तो मैंने definitely उसको ही move forward किया कि यार ठीक है, उनके लिए मैं डिग्री कर लेता हूँ, but in the back end I was doing trading at that instance of time. But then second year के बाद I actually realized कि यार जो कुछ भी मेरे expenses हैं, जो कुछ भी मेरे experiences हैं, I'm actually doing that with the help of trading. तो that was the day. And even bus, you can honestly consider this like एक ही रील था from my mentors. वही एक रील ने बस बोल दिया मेरे को कि यार डिसीजन ले ले, एंड आई एक्चुअली डिड दैट थिंग. और ऐसा था कि लाइक इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी थॉट कि यार ये मेरे दिमाग में कोई आइडिया है, आई कैन डू दैट थिंग, तो मेक दैट डिसीजन. राइट चला गया तो वेल एंड गुड. वॉट एवर लाइफ यू वॉन्ट, यू विल बी एबल टू लिव दैट लाइफ. और वो लाइफ जो होगी वो काफी सारे लोगों की ड्रीम लाइफ होगी. एंड ऑन द अदर साइड, इफ यू फेल, you will get one lesson. So fortunately I'm not failed, and yeah, I'm on that verge. And even honestly so far, although I'm 21, but जो भी मुझसे बड़े लोग हैं, मुझसे like they do interact with me, हर कोई बोलता है like we want to be a trader and we want to live a life which you are living. Like it's in the form of freedom, in terms of money, in terms of fame also. क्योंकि most probably जब भी कोई मुझसे interact करता है, whenever I go out, तो वो लोग mention करते हैं I've seen your reels, I have seen your post and so on. So yeah, so that's what the overall context is. And बस वो था। और काफी सारे कैटलिस्ट्स आई कैन मेंशन, लाइक आई वेंट टू मुंबई, तो वहां पे जब मेंटर्स का प्रोग्राम अटेंड किया था, दैट वाज 3 hours प्रोग्राम ऑन मनी। तो वहां पे मुझे एक्चुअली काफी सारी चीजें हिट हुए। लाइक फर्स्ट वाज दैट लाइक एक ही इंसान है बट उनका फैन बेस पूरा ऑडिटोरियम है, एंड एवरीबडी वाज जस्ट गोइंग क्रेजी कि मुझे ऑटोग्राफ चाहिए, आई वांट पिक्चर, आई वांट टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन, दिस दैट, बट स्टिल ही वाज वेरी कूल एंड काम। तो मुझे लगा कि यार इफ ही इज मेकिंग दैट बिगर डिफरेंस, कि यार लाइक इफ दैट पर्सन इज एक्चुअली ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग हिम फ्रॉम हु ही वाज टू हु ही इज, तो व्हाई कांट आई। तो वो एक था। और इवन ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम आल्सो आई वाज डूइंग लाइक इंजीनियरिंग, आई वाज डूइंग एफिलिएट मार्केटिंग, आई वाज डूइंग सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग, एंड देन ट्रेडिंग तो कर ही रहा था मैं। And then he also gave this analogy, that full form of focus, that is follow one course of action until success. तो बस ये काफी सारे catalysts हैं, and even जो results मुझे चाहिए थे, although we can mention that in the initial stage of my trading journey, one-sided market था, but definitely ups and downs भी थे. I also lost most of my trading capital during the initial stage, but definitely इट्स लाइफ, ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, ट्रेडिंग में भी होता है। सो या देयर वर लॉट ऑफ कैटलिस्ट, बट एक ही रील था जिससे आई मेड दैट डिसीजन। लाइक व्हाइल मेकिंग द डिसीजन, लाइक जब इवन माय मॉम टोल्ड मी कि लाइक डेफिनेटली तुझे ड्रॉप आउट करना है, ऐसे हाँ करना है, इवन आई क्राइड एट दैट इंस्टेंस ऑफ टाइम कि यार अगर मैं छोड़ दूंगा व्हाट विल हैपन। तो बस that's what happened, and I'm very happy, everybody in my family is also happy now, so that's what I can mention.
Nice. So one thing you said is really nice कि somewhere in the mind हमको पता होता है कि हमें क्या करना है और क्या करना चाहिए, and until you won't do that it will keep coming back to you. कहीं ना कहीं वो आपको अंदर से खाते रहेगा कि you हो सकता है कि आप बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो लाइफ में, but still you would have some pinch somewhere कि ये ठीक है, पर अगर वो कर रहा होता या कर रही होती, something would have been better. So
Correct.
we all know it, but it takes courage to take that step, and that's what you had. So kudos to that. Hats off. Okay, and about the beginning of your trading journey, we'll come to that. But उसके पहले मैं comparison जानना चाहती हूँ तुमसे. You have followed the traditional education system,
Yeah.
and then when you dropped out, your actual self-learning journey started, right?
Correct.
So what is the comparison that you would give कि traditional education से तुम्हें क्या मिला और self-learning ने क्या transformation दिया?
Okay, nice question. So first तो like मैंने transition directly नहीं किया while I was in my traditional education, like formal education जो बोलते हैं, I was in that, but I was very much into self education at that instance of time. दिन में 20 घंटे 21 घंटे I was having screen time, जो कि मैं actually में I was learning about trading, I was learning about high performance. तो along with formal education I was following self education, and then I realized कि यार इवन तो आई एम फॉलोइंग ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशन, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं इंजीनियरिंग कंप्लीट कर रहा हूँ, माई रियल एजुकेशन विल स्टार्ट आफ्टर दैट। तो आई रियलाइज अबाउट दैट, एंड देन आई एक्चुअली शिफ्टेड माई गेट्स कि अभी मुझे सेल्फ एजुकेशन पे ही जाना है, फॉर्मल एजुकेशन इज नॉट गोना मेक सेंस, क्योंकि इवन दो वाइल स्टडिंग थ्रू ऑल दोज एग्जामिनेशंस एंड ऑल, ऑनेस्टली मैं ऐसा इंसान हूँ, लाइक प्रीवियसली इफ यू आस्क मी अबाउट माई स्कूल डेज, तो लाइक एक भी दिन ऐसा नहीं था जिसमें मैंने मिनिमम 3 to 4 hours ऑफ सेल्फ स्टडी नहीं की है। बट ड्यूरिंग इंजीनियरिंग इट वाज लाइक आज दोपहर को 1 बजे एग्जाम है, आई यूज्ड टू स्टार्ट स्टडिंग एट 10 o'clock. आई वाज दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन। वो भी हो गया था बिकॉज देन आई रियलाइज कि यार सेल्फ एजुकेशन से मुझे जो मिलना है वो वहीं से मिलना है, सो दैट्स हाउ इट हैपेंड।
Awesome.
Even my teachers used to mention कि यार तू इतना बिंदास कैसे, I used to mention हूँ तो हूँ, I don't know like how it came inside me, or even you can mention like ये जो confidence है inside me, it's somewhat through genes also, because my father was a person who used to take a lot of risks in his life, so वो थोड़ा genetic भी है, but definitely courage as you mentioned, तो वो भी लगता है, so yeah.
Definitely.
सेल्फ एजुकेशन इज अ मस्ट। फॉर्मल एजुकेशन करना है नहीं करना है, ड्रॉप करना है, इट्स कंप्लीटली योर डिसीजन। और इवन मैं तो आजकल लोगों को ये भी मेंशन करता हूँ दैट इफ यू आर इन योर फॉर्मल एजुकेशन, लाइक अगर लास्ट 1-2 साल बचे हैं, एंड इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ प्रेशर्स, एंड इफ यू आर एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर कि मुझे यही करना है लाइफ में, डू इट। 2 साल 1 साल लगेंगे, बट एटलीस्ट जो मैंने स्ट्रगल वाला फेज देखा है, लाइक everybody used to call me कि like तूने ड्रॉप आउट कर दिया ऐसे वैसे, and if I used to give any advice to my young generation, like let's assume my cousins and all, so they used to taunt me कि यार तू क्यों मेरे को एडवाइस दे रहा है, you have dropped out, do not give me any advice, you go there. मैंने कहा ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, you will come back to me, no problem. तो वैसा, so yeah. And
Awesome.
honestly, at a personal level मैं काफी ढीठ भी हूँ, because I want कि मुझे फेम भी चाहिए, and I want that like like I want people around me but I don't need them. मुझे चाहिए कि यार लोग मेरे आसपास में रहे, मेरा नाम बोले कि यार मेरे को ये बता दे, मुझे ये सिखा दे, हाउ कैन आई डू दिस, बट आई डोंट नीड देम अराउंड मी कंप्लीटली कि लाइक इनके बिना मैं रह नहीं सकता. आई एम नॉट लाइक दैट नाउ.
नाइस। तो ये तो सही बोला कि ढीठपना और पैशन आपको जरूरी है अगर आपको लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना है तो। अभी जो मेरे पास स्टूडेंट सजेशन के लिए आते हैं मैं उनको ये सजेस्ट करती हूँ सेल्फ लर्निंग के कॉन्सेप्ट पे कि अपनी सेल्फ लर्निंग पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करो और जो आपका फॉर्मल एनवायरनमेंट है वहां पे जाके अप्लाई करो, वो आपका
करेक्ट.
एक्सपेरिमेंटल जोन रखो तो आपको मजा आ जाएगा। तो आप फुल अपना एसेंस ले पाओगे ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशन सिस्टम से भी, पर आपकी सेल्फ लर्निंग जो है वो आपको रियल लाइफ एनवायरनमेंट के लिए रेडी करती है। आई एम ऑल फॉर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स, द नेटवर्किंग पार्ट ऑफ इट। तो
करेक्ट.
आपको जब फॉर्मल एनवायरनमेंट मिलता है वो बहुत सही एरिया है आपके पास एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए कि आप देख लो कि हाउ व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल यू आर कनेक्टिंग विद एंड देन यू कैन सी द प्रोज एंड कॉन्स। तो जब आप एक्चुअल अपने ऑफिशियल एनवायरनमेंट में जाओगे जहां आप जॉब लेवल पे हो तब आपको पता चलेगा कि यू आर एबल टू कनेक्ट द डॉट्स about how people's mind works and how they are going to behave with you. So in a way of implementing, that's what I meant.
हाँ, एंड इवन वाइल प्रेजेंटिंग ऑल्सो, क्योंकि मैंने अब तक प्रेजेंटेशन एक दो बार ही दिया है एंड इट हेल्प मी अ लॉट. और
Yeah.
नॉट जस्ट विद दैट बट while debating with teachers वो भी काफी अच्छा हो गया था. बट बिफोर दैट आई यूज्ड टू बी वेरी नर्वस कि यार हाउ कैन आई प्रेजेंट.
Yes,
डेफिनेटली
exactly.
बेस्ड ऑन सेल्फ एजुकेशन इट हेल्प मी अ लॉट. सो या आई
Yeah.
कैन.
So you mentioned a story to me once that while you were in engineering, so you used to trade, and same in the same area, your teacher you also used to trade. So,
करेक्ट.
but at the same amount of time, you were doing it in a better way. Your returns were way better than your teacher itself. And then they used to ask you कि कैसे कर रहे हो, कहाँ से पढ़ रहे हो, वगैरह वगैरह. So the question in my mind is कि how did you start this? ये trading का पहली बार कहाँ से पता चला?
Scam 1992, Harshad Mehta story. That was the origin of my life into trading and investing. And then comes through my mentors programs and all. मेरे को मेरे friends के through, like one of my friend, she gave me those videos and she insisted me कि मेरे father यहाँ से कर रहे हैं and he's having good results. So I also started learning from him and hopefully and thankfully, honestly, they are the best mentors so far. And like I'm honestly grateful for all my mentors because जो भी मेरे mentors हैं, whether it is in terms of high performance, whether it is in terms of trading or in terms of digital coaching or in terms of anything, either they are India's best or they are Asia's best or world's best. तो वैसा मेरा interaction हुआ है so far and I'm grateful for that. And I think वही एक catalyst था मेरी life में, because अगर मैं किसी और से सीखता, because right now I'm also experiencing there are a lot of members, those who are joining my community, वो किसी और से सीख के आते हैं, दे फॉलो टेलीग्राम चैनल्स, यहाँ से यूट्यूब चैनल, ये वो फलाना ढिमकाना, बट दे आर नॉट हैविंग प्रॉपर गाइडेंस, क्योंकि वो जो सिखा रहे हैं आइदर दे आर जस्ट ट्रेडिंग फॉर देयर थिंग और वो बता दे रहे हैं, दे डोंट नो हाउ टू टीच, right? But I learned from the person who is actually having experience in trading also and training also. तो दैट वाज द कैटलिस्ट. और मैं ये खुद अपनी लाइफ में बिलीव करता हूँ दैट वी शुड लर्न फ्रॉम पीपल दोज हु आर एक्चुअली इम्प्लीमेंटिंग इट और उनको रिजल्ट्स मिले हैं, एंड नॉट जस्ट फॉर देमसेल्व्स बट फॉर देयर क्लाइंट्स आल्सो, फॉर देयर स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो. तभी जाके वी कैन एक्चुअली रीच टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल इन इजीएस्ट वे पॉसिबल, क्योंकि उनके पास एक्चुअली में यू कैन कंसिडर पूरा अप्लाइड विजडम होता है, नॉट अप्लाइड नॉलेज बट एक्चुअली विजडम होता है कि यार if you are facing this problem, do this for next couple of days, you will start getting results. और ये हुआ है. So but
Yeah,
definitely in
just
real
the
world
inspiration part.
follow that. हाँ, in real world if we follow that legally, morally, ethically, we can do that. And with you can consider under the eye of government also, under the eye of SEBI कि यार if we are doing this, so let's assume if we are making this profit and all, तो उनको पता होता है that what is the amount of money we are making, what are the overall trades which we are taking. तो वो सब कुछ उनको पता होता है, तो completely regulated, so there is no harm in that. And I feel like long term अगर हम सोचे and short term action ले, तो definitely we can achieve that goal for sure. Whatever he achieved, maybe we can achieve as per our capacity, not as per what he was, because he was one of the legends. And yeah, that's what I can mention.
Okay. So इंडिया में स्टॉक मार्केट और ट्रेडिंग इन जनरल को लेके बहुत सारे स्केयरिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स चलते हैं, ये तो सट्टा है, यहाँ पे पैसे लगाओगे डूब जाओगे. इनफैक्ट पीपल आर शेम्ड कि क्या ये सट्टेबाजी करते हो एंड दिस दैट. पीपल डू यूज टर्म्स लाइक दिस स्टिल अभी भी, जबकि कोविड के बाद बहुत ज्यादा लेवल बढ़ गया है ऑफ पीपल इन्वेस्टिंग. बट स्टिल द ओल्डर जनरेशन और मे बी हु आर नॉट एबल टू टेक द रिस्क इनफ, So they use this. तो सबसे पहले तो if you come in contact, like I'm focusing on students this time because you're at the middle age of it, of the
हाँ
audience.
हाँ करेक्ट
जहां से ट्रांजिशन होता है उसके पहले के. सो इफ यू हैव टू टीच व्हाट इज स्टॉक मार्केट टू एन 8 year old, क्योंकि वही कहते हैं कि अगर आप 8 साल के बच्चे को कुछ समझा दो तो बाकी अपने आप ही कवर हो जाता है. सो उसको आप कैसे बताओगे कि क्या स्टॉक मार्केट होता है और क्यों ये बुरा नहीं है?
सी if you treat it like a business, it will give you back like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will give you back like a hobby. And if you treat it like a gambling, it will give you back like a gambling. Stock market एक ही है. And जो results हैं, even I think you might be aware of it, लगभग 97% of people in the market lose their money in the first year itself. 90 to 97% people. It's not because कि उनके पास कोई strategy नहीं है या फिर there's something wrong, right? It's because of their belief system also. It's because of their emotions also.
Mindset.
So there are 4 things actually which helps for anybody to become a pro trader. Those are like, काफी सारे लोगों को लगता है कि यार पहले हमें tools and strategies systems वगैरह पता लग जाए तो we can become millionaire and billionaire. That's not the truth. क्योंकि even if you take Warren Buffett, best of the best investors in the world, उनकी भी strategy YouTube पे free में available है. The strategy which I am using, मैं अपने YouTube channel पे free में देता हूँ. Why? Because I know that is just tools are 5%. कि यार price action है, RSI, these are different tools. So that is 5%. Trades की जो मैं strategy use कर रहा हूँ, Warren Buffett की strategy है, और whatever strategy you are using, that is also 5%. Risk management is 10%, which comes overall 20%. Risk management यानी कि like let's assume you are starting with 1 million in your trading account. So what is the maximum amount of risk which you can take, which is not giving you any kind of sleepless nights, right? तो वो होना चाहिए main intention. And ये 10% हो गया. And then comes the most important thing, that is psychology or mindset, what you call, that is actually 80%. It's like what are your beliefs about trading and money in general? What are your goals about trading and about money in your overall life? And then comes your vision. यार let's assume if I'm becoming a pro trader, if I'm becoming a professional trader, जहाँ पे मेरे को freedom है, freedom of actually a choice कि मुझे ड्रेस कौन सी पहननी है, मुझे कितने बजे उठना है, what I have to do, मुझे कहाँ पे काम करना है, where I have to live, with whom I have to marry, what I have to eat, where I have to travel, everything, like whatever decisions you have in your life, वो सब मिल जाता है. But definitely you have to work hard for that for a couple of months and years. I can't mention months, but definitely years लगते हैं for that freedom of choice. And yeah, that's what I can mention. 80% is psychology, 10% is risk management, 5% and 5% that is tools and trades. But लोग यही पे focus करते हैं कि यार मुझे strategy पता लग जाए, I can make money. That's not the truth. Your beliefs and your mindset is what makes money. Even if I tell you honestly, today's incident, आज मैंने trade लिया सुबह को, that was in options. Same strategy किसी और इंसान ने use की है, same, right? The only difference is like strategy same है, stop loss same है, everything is same. Risk management as per their, let's assume he's using let's assume 1 lakh capital, I'm using let's assume 2 lakhs for example. Strategy वगैरह same है, movement भी same हुई है, I made profit, he didn't. Why? Because वहां पे हमें opportunity मिली थी to book profits and to exit, सब कुछ मिला था. That was based on my mindset कि यार मेरे को यहाँ पे exit कर देना है, even though जहाँ पे मैंने exit किया it went above that also, but मैंने exit कर लिया कि यार यहाँ पे मेरा system बोल रहा है कि exit, तो I exited. वहां से नीचे आया, then it went up also, even while closing it went beyond that, but again my system said to exit, I exited that. तो it's like लोगों को लगता है कि यार profit हो रहा है, like even what let's assume there are a lot of beginners, तो उनको लगता है कि यार मेरा छोटा प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, लेट मी एग्जिट, शायद ये प्रॉफिट जीरो ना हो जाए, शायद आई कैन गेट इनटू नेगेटिव जोन, लॉस ना हो जाए मेरा. बट द फैक्ट इज वी शुड होल्ड आवर प्रॉफिट्स, एंड जो लॉसेस होते हैं उनको कट करना होता है. बट व्हाट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल डू इज दे कीप होल्डिंग देयर लॉसेस, और मोस्ट इवन आई हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल जिनके स्टॉक्स वनवास में जा चुके हैं, 14 साल से दे आर होल्डिंग दो स्टॉक्स, और अब जाके वो प्रॉफिट में आए. सिंस 14-15 years they were holding those stocks completely in loss, और अब उनके जाके वो प्रॉफिट में आए, right? So that should not be the scenario. You should learn proper risk management. You should, like, honestly I can mention that the only thing which can help you to excel into trading is to learn from mentors who are implementers. That's what I can mention. क्योंकि मैंने खुद सीख के भी आई डेंट इम्प्लीमेंटेड देयर सिस्टम्स. उन्होंने जो बोला था कि ये इम्प्लीमेंट करना है, यहाँ पे ये सब होना चाहिए, मैंने सोचा कि यार मेरे को तो आ रहा है, लेट्स ट्राई इट. बहुत जोर का फटका पड़ा एंड ऑनेस्टली वो अब तक याद है और लाइफ टाइम याद रहेगा, बिकॉज दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन आई रियलाइज्ड कि यार जो उन्होंने बोला है आई हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट और एल्स आई विल बी आउट ऑफ दिस करियर. और काफी टाइम तक मेंटली आई वाज आउट ऑफ दैट करियर आल्सो, राइट. काफी महीनों तक आई वाज आउट ऑफ ट्रेडिंग. मुझे पता था कि यहाँ से क्या होने वाला है, यहाँ से ये हो सकता है, वो हो सकता है, बट आई डिडंट ट्रेड. क्यों? क्योंकि आई वाज नॉट मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड. लोगों को लगता है कि यार इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी, बट इट्स नॉट. इट्स अबाउट योर माइंडसेट.
सो व्हेन यू डू ट्रेड्स, लाइक पहले तो ट्रेडिंग और इन्वेस्टिंग अलग अलग होती है, लोगों को इसमें भी कंफ्यूजन है, तो पहले तो इसको क्लैरिफाई कर.
ठीक है. सो ट्रेडिंग इज लाइक बेसिक में ट्रेडिंग इज लाइक फॉर द शॉर्ट टर्म थिंग एंड इन्वेस्टिंग इज वी कैन कॉल मीडियम टर्म. अभी तो आजकल इट्स लाइक लॉन्ग टर्म कोई होल्ड नहीं करता है फॉर 10-20 years जो पहले किया करता. राइट नाउ इट्स लाइक बेसिक थिंग. ट्रेडिंग में भी काफी सारे डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स हैं which is within a day we call it intraday trading. Then we have BTST which we have like for 2 days. Then we have swing trading which is for 7 to 10 days. And then I call it like semi-positional trading which is somewhere between 15 days to 30 days. And then we have positional trading which is somewhere around 1 month till 3 months. Uska span hota hai. These are different types of trading. And then comes investing which we can call like 3 months to 6 months. Then we have 6 months to 9 months and then 9 months to 12 months. So that's what I call as investing. बाकी 12 months से ज्यादा आजकल I don't mention anyone. I don't recommend anyone कि उससे ज्यादा hold करना चाहिए because we don't know कि companies में क्या होने वाला है. We don't know whether the company which we are holding वो होने भी वाली है exist in future or they're just gonna
बहुत
go.
volatile.
हाँ, that's what I can mention. So these are the different. Trading is for short term and investing is for slightly long term, slightly like 3 months to 12 months. Yeah.
एंड यू ऑल्सो मेंशन्ड द टाइप्स ऑफ ट्रेडिंग, सो वही मैं अगला पूछने वाली थी एक्चुअली. सो अब इसके बाद आता है कि व्हाट फैक्टर्स डू यू कीप इन माइंड, क्योंकि अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए कि आप इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहे हो सपोज फॉर 1 year, तो आपके फैक्टर्स जो आप देखोगे वो अलग होंगे. बट इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग बिकॉज विच इज शॉर्ट टर्म, तो भी आप फैक्टर्स जो देखोगे वो अलग होंगे. सो व्हेन यू ट्रेड, आप क्या क्या फैक्टर्स को ध्यान में रखते हो एंड हाउ डू यू एनालाइज?
Okay, so for analysis, I do technical analysis, which is based on like charts and based on different tools. And I'm into RSI, like completely into unconventional RSI. Even all the students in my community.
What is RSI?
Relative Strength Index, जिसके basis पे we can understand the momentum of the market, whether it is in an uptrend, downtrend, or sideways. यानी कि like whether the market is going up, down, or whether it is in the same zone. So that's what I can mention in simple words for the basic audience. Or then like there are different things like volume also we use Bollinger Band. तो ये basic चीज है. Except that I don't.
RSI से हमें क्या पता चलता है?
We can understand the speed of the market. कि वो जो stock है, let's assume that stock or that index is moving with what speed. वो like let's assume अगर वो ऊपर भी जा रहा है तो क्या वो actually में काफी अच्छी speed में है या फिर बहुत fast हो रहा है. So that's what also we can understand. And similarly on the downside कि अगर वो नीचे जा रहा है कोई stock, तो वो जो नीचे जा रहा है वो धीरे धीरे नीचे जा रहा है या फिर कंप्लीट फास्ट स्पीड में है. एंड इवन वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि वो स्टॉक कहीं नहीं जा रहा है, थोड़ा ऊपर जा रहा है फिर थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा है, थोड़ा ऊपर थोड़ा नीचे, तो इट्स लाइक साइडवेज जोन. तो वो भी हमें आरएसआई के थ्रू समझ में आ जाता है. एंड इवन दैट्स व्हाट आई हैव मेड लाइक इन द सिंपलर फॉर्मेट फॉर माय ऑडियंस आल्सो, फॉर माय क्लाइंट्स आल्सो.
ओके, सो ये सारी चीजों को हमको ध्यान में रखना होता है, तब वी विल थिंक कि इसमें इन्वेस्ट करना है या नहीं करना.
No, for trading also there are different things like what I do mention my students also, and even what I keep in mind is that trading में हमारा time लगता है. Like we do have to sit right in front of screen for couple of minutes or maybe you can consider hours, right? If it's within a day तो थोड़े घंटे तो बैठना पड़ता है, 1-2 घंटे. And even इतना तो मैं खुद अभी कर रहा हूँ because right now markets are volatile. तो it's not something कि यार one sided rally है. 2024 it's not gonna be similar as of 2023. one sided नहीं होगा. So even I am also sitting in front of screen for almost hour or two to execute trades. Or while trading, I do mention to everyone is that whenever you are taking trades, before that you should be absolutely clear about what should be the entry price, कि मैं कौन सी strategy के basis पे trade execute कर रहा हूँ. Am I mentally prepared for that? कि अगर let's assume आज मैं trade ले रहा हूँ and for next 10 days I have to hold that, but within next 10 days let's assume मेरे घर पे कोई शादी है या कोई event है या कुछ और है, तो can I actually be mentally prepared? If you are, then you should. If not, then don't trade at all for that instance of time. Then comes risk management, which is most important. If you are not ready with your exit plan, कि अगर मार्केट मेरे अगेंस्ट जाता है तो व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट अमाउंट ऑफ लॉस विच आई कैन इनकर, सो दैट मैं उंगली काट रहा हूँ ना कि मेरा हाथ. बिकॉज इवन दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस. मैंने उंगली नहीं काटी थी तो मेरा हाथ, like I just went into that zone, मेरा हाथ कट गया. That's what I can mention. And even अगर हाथ नहीं काटा then गला कट सकता है. That's what I have experienced also. Like in my clients जिन्होंने almost 3 से 4 बार अपने accounts को completely wipe out कर दिया before joining our community, and right now they are in profit zone. So even they are grateful कि यार at least we are not wiping out our capital, and right now we are profitable. So even they do mention कि यार for the very first time in our career हम लोग इतने दिनों तक completely positive में देख रहे हैं हमारा portfolio. So that's what the thing is. In trading, we have to keep like risk reward ratio in mind. कि अगर मैं 10 रुपए का risk रख रहा हूँ, so what is the reward which I can get, what I can expect, although which is not in our hand, but definitely we have to keep that in mind कि अगर market यहाँ से ऊपर जाता है तो what is the minimum reward I can expect for, right? That's not for sure कि यार अगर मैं 10 रुपए लगा रहा हूँ तो मेरे को profit 20 रुपए का ही होगा, 50 का होगा, 100 का होगा. That's not for sure, but minimum that should be 20-30. Like that's what I can mention, and that's what I do mention. And in terms of investing, तो वो तो it's a different ball game जहाँ पे we have to strategically invest, क्योंकि you might be known about a lot of good companies. Let's assume Reliance. तो there are, like I think based on my study 10-12 साल तक वो स्टॉक उसी जोन में था, ना वो ऊपर गया ना वो नीचे गया, वहीं ऊपर नीचे कर रहा है. अगर 10 साल तक किसी ने इन्वेस्ट किया होता, they would have made zero money or else they have lost money, right? So you also have to be aware कि यार मैं इन्वेस्ट कहाँ कर रहा हूँ, and is this the correct time to invest in this stock, in this sector. And even while investing we have to keep in mind about the sector also. Let's assume power sector, we have infra sector, we have pharma, IT, काफी सारे sectors हैं. So we have to be aware कि यार अभी क्या चल रहा है, so that we can invest and we can get the best returns out of it. क्योंकि let's assume अभी media is the most underperforming, तो even the market is going like crazy, सारे stocks double हो रहे हैं almost, still if you are investing in media stocks, so either you will make zero money or else you will lose money. So you
That's an
have to be
interesting
aware
point.
about that strategy also, कि कौन से सेक्टर्स परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, उसमें भी कौन से स्टॉक्स परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, so that I can invest in those and get best returns for me. That's what I can mention.
ये एक pro tip है. This is a good way to go about. So speaking of your community, what are your teaching methodologies? Like how do you do it to your students? Like you said that they have achieved a transformation. बहुत ही बड़ा सा transition हुआ है कि where they have wiped out their capital and now they're seeing it in positives. So ऐसा क्या जादू करते हैं सर आप?
जादू सिंपल किया है, बस उनको बोल दिया था लाइक वॉट एवर योर पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस वॉज, उसको हम लोग हील कर लेंगे. वी ऑल्सो डू लॉट ऑफ मेडिटेशन प्रोसेसेस, तो उसके थ्रू आई टेक देम टू विजन थिंग कि यार ठीक है हो गया. इवन दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड विद मी ऑल्सो. मैंने भी उसको वैसे ही हील किया कि यार ठीक है अभी हो गया, वी कांट गो बैक, टाइम मशीन है नहीं. सो व्हाट वी कैन डू इज वी कैन बी मोर प्रेजेंट एंड वी कैन फोकस ऑन आवर विजन. कि अभी लेट्स अज्यूम, लेट्स टेक फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा कैपिटल है 1 लाख, मेरा 50,000 लॉस हो गया फॉर एग्जाम्पल. मैं कोई स्ट्रैटेजी यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, कोई सिस्टम यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, कोई रिस्क मैनेजमेंट फॉलो नहीं कर रहा हूँ. फ्रॉम 50,000 अब मैं क्रिबल तो नहीं कर सकता कि यार मैंने 1 लाख से स्टार्ट किया था, अब मेरे को क्या करना है. सो व्हाट लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक इज कि यार मैंने 1 लाख से स्टार्ट किया था, अभी मेरे को रिवेंज चाहिए कि अभी मेरे को 50,000 का पहले 1 लाख करना है. That's what lot of people think. Even मैंने ये सोचा था during my initial losses, but what we have to realize is कि अभी मेरे पास 50,000 है, I have to have a fresh start from 50,000. राइट. तो मैंने उनको क्या बोला, एज ऑफ नाउ ठीक है 2 बार 3 बार अकाउंट क्लियर कर दिया है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, अभी बहुत हो गया. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज टेक अ गैप फॉर 5 to 10 days, अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या गलतियां की थी, रिस्क मैनेजमेंट कहाँ रॉन्ग था, स्ट्रैटेजीज कहाँ गलत थी, लाइक स्ट्रैटेजीज का इंप्लीमेंटेशन कहाँ गलत था, और कहाँ पे प्रॉफिट बुक करना चाहिए था, कहाँ पे लॉस बुक करना चाहिए था, जो नहीं किया. यू विल कीप डूइंग द मिस्टेक्स एंड लाइफ विल कीप टीचिंग यू द सेम लेसन्स टिल द टाइम यू डोंट लर्न फ्रॉम दोस मिस्टेक्स. राइट. तो इवन मैंने उनको यही बोला है दैट वॉट एवर योर पास्ट वॉज, वील हील इट. राइट नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम लेवल 0, लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ग्राउंड 0. छोटे कैपिटल से स्टार्ट करेंगे, वी विल स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग द कॉन्फिडेंस. पहले मैं खुद बोलता हूँ कि लेट्स बिल्ड द कॉन्फिडेंस, 5K 10K से स्टार्ट करते हैं, देन वी विल गो फॉर बियॉन्ड लाइक 6 figures 7 figures, वो तो होने वाला. राइट. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई डू मेंशन एंड दैट्स हाउ वी गो फॉरवर्ड.
Awesome. So एक ये भी लोग होते हैं जो अपने फ्रेंड से पूछ लेंगे, like they say it like a tip कि इस न्यूज चैनल ने ये टिप दिया, मेरे फ्रेंड ने ये बताया, एंड दे जस्ट गो ऑल आउट, फुल अपना जितना भी मनी सेव कर, दे जस्ट, दिस इज लिटरली गैम्बल. So what do you say to these risk takers, एकदम extremist?
So as you mentioned, it's sort of gamble itself because हमें नहीं पता है that what my friend is mentioning, what that news channel, that host is mentioning कि कौन सा stock buy करना चाहिए, कौन सा sell करना चाहिए. Even this is what I learned from my mentors, and honestly, ये मैंने अब तक अपनी लाइफ में एक्सपीरियंस किया है that so far in my career I have not watched any news channel और काफी बेस्ट जा रहा है मेरा ट्रेडिंग करियर, and I am going to keep it forward in the same manner. मैं कोई न्यूज नहीं देखने वाला हूँ. And then comes, like, even though you're watching news, at least understand कि let's assume you're the host, right? You're mentioning any of the stock, so you have to understand कि what is your perspective. Is it for trading? Is it for short term trading? Is it for, let's assume, for in the form of semi positional, we discussed कि यार 15 दिन से 1 महीना, or is it for a positional thing? You have to understand that also. You also have to understand कि ये investing के लिए है क्या, और ये बंदा क्यों बोल रहा है, राइट? क्योंकि what I do suggest is, आपका न्यूज नहीं छूट रहा है, what you do is, न्यूज चैनल में स्टॉक देखा, कोई बात नहीं, you come, टेक्निकल एनालिसिस आता है, सीखा है, you open the chart, you do your own analysis, आपके हिसाब से अगर वो करेक्ट जा रहा है, then start trading into it. Although I don't mention that to everybody,
मतलब कि
जिसको
टिप
बहुत
के
ज्यादा
बेसिस पे मत जाओ, तुम कॉन्सेप्ट को समझो.
बिल्कुल नहीं. Even though you are getting that tip, I would suggest ignore it, or else do your own analysis और अपने हिसाब से mention करो, अपने हिसाब से trade करो, right? Even in my community also, I don't mention any of the stocks in the form of tip कि यार यहाँ पे buy करना चाहिए, वहां पे sell करना चाहिए, because वहां पे it's perspective shift. Let's assume, for the sake of example, I mentioned about Reliance, right? So if you notice, अगर हम लोग न्यूज चैनल का ले लेते हैं, even if we take for any kind of tips also, एक बंदे का पर्सपेक्टिव रहेगा कि यहाँ से रिलायंस ऊपर जाएगा, वी शुड बाय दैट. किसी और का पर्सपेक्टिव रहेगा रिलायंस बहुत हाई हो चुका है, यहाँ से नीचे आएगा. सो यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि किसका पर्सपेक्टिव राइट जा रहा है, एंड यू शुड आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट इज योर पर्सपेक्टिव, एंड यू शुड फॉलो योर पर्सपेक्टिव. दैट्स व्हाट आई डू मेंशन. And in my community, nobody watches news, so I'm thankful for that. Even if anyone watches news, so I'll definitely reach out to that person and insist to not watch news, क्योंकि perspective change हो जाता है. That's what it happens, और उसकी वजह से trading पे effect पड़ता है. Yeah.
Correct. So any strategy that you can give to our viewers for anything at all?
For life or for trading?
No, for trading for now. We'll switch later.
Okay. For trading, I can mention for beginners is that be aware of your risk management and work on your mindset. Start में build confidence and धीरे धीरे start करो. Don't go all in, क्योंकि ये mistake मैं कर चुका हूँ. All in जाके बहुत mistakes किए हैं, and अभी मैं खुद, let's assume if I go wrong on any of the trades or anything like that, तब मुझे realize होता है कि यार although मैं जाता नहीं हूँ all in any of the trades, that is for sure. अभी तो मेरा definitely not on my mindset but based on my strategies also, मैं all in जा ही नहीं सकता, right? Because that will be a very huge risk and all. तो for that, start building confidence. एक एक शेयर से start करो कि let's assume अगर मैं कोई strategy सिखा रहा हूँ, या if you have learned from any other mentors, or even if you have learned from YouTube, or you have any other strategy of yours, you have created your own strategy, start backtesting from one share, and then you can do that. Backtesting in the sense like past data check करो कि let's assume अगर मैं यहाँ पे trade execute करता, मेरी strategy के हिसाब से यहाँ entry बन रही है, तो अगर मैं यहाँ entry करता तो मेरा like what would be the reward, what's the risk? अगर मैं यहाँ पे ट्रेड लेता तो मेरा प्रॉफिट कितना होता, मेरा लॉस कितना होता, जिसके चलते इफ वी चेक आउट द बैक एंड डेटा लाइक जो पहले हो चुकी है, उसके चलते हमें कॉन्फिडेंस आता है. दैट्स व्हाट आई डू मेंशन कि बैक टेस्टिंग करो, लाइक व्हाटएवर स्ट्रेटजी यू आर लर्निंग, बैक टेस्ट इट. एंड आई कैन मेंशन इफ यू आर न्यू, तो दिस इज द एक्टिविटी व्हिच आई डू मेंशन टू ऑल माय कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स. बैक टेस्ट 100 चार्ट्स अ डे, तभी जाके यू विल गेट दैट हैबिट. एंड इफ यू फील कि यार 100 चार्ट्स बहुत ज्यादा है, मुझसे नहीं होगा, then I think trading is not for you. Okay. Because if you have to be into trading and investing, you have to fall in love with doing analysis.
Right. So actually मैं यही मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था कि जो बिगिनर्स होते हैं वो सबसे ज्यादा इसी चीज में कंफ्यूज होते हैं कि एंट्री कहाँ पे लेना, एग्जिट कहाँ पे लेना. This is the solution for that as well.
Start with one share and build confidence. Market कहीं नहीं भागे जा रहा है. Even during COVID, markets were on. Market कहीं नहीं जाने वाला है except Saturdays and Sundays. So you have to realize that, and then only, and again that will come back to your basics कि यार मेरी विजन क्या है, मुझे 10 साल तक कितना, like I have to build portfolio in my account, like what's the amount in my account or what's my portfolio, या फिर you have to also be clear कि यार मेरे को 10 years down the line मेरे को मेरी लाइफ कैसी चाहिए. So based on that you have to decide.
Your why should be clear.
हाँ, I can mention why. Vision should be clear, that is for sure. Because without vision, it will not make sense. Even if you make, let's assume, with the help of options trading or with the help of leverage or windfall income, whatever we have in trading, even if you double your money within a day and you do it for next 1 month, if you're not clear about your vision, you'll spend that money on latest iPhone or something, traveling or something else, without understanding the value of that money. क्योंकि that is smart earned money. And लोगों को लगता है कि यार smart earned है, मैंने कोई hard work नहीं किया है, let me spend it anyways. So जब तक vision clear नहीं होगा, तब तक you'll not be standing still on your decisions.
Good point. Okay, so you are such an expert in finance in such a young age. तो क्या फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट की टिप्स आप दे सकते हो कि हाउ टू मैनेज योर फाइनेंस?
Finance में I'm not an expert, honestly, but I'm learning. Honestly, finance में भी I'm learning. I can mention that to be expert in your own finances, first you have to realize कि मेरा current scenario क्या है. That's the first step. Second, what's my vision? क्योंकि जब तक हमें ये नहीं पता है दो चीजें कि मेरा प्रेजेंट क्या है और मेरा फ्यूचर क्या होने वाला है, टिल दैट टाइम वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि मेरे को एक्शन क्या लेना है. क्या मुझे एक्चुअली में जॉब करना है, या मुझे ट्रेडिंग करना है, या मुझे दोनों साथ में करना है, या फिर आई नीड टू स्टार्ट अ बिजनेस, आई नीड टू डू अ स्टार्टअप, आई वांट टू बी इनटू एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और व्हाटसोएवर. राइट? डोंट थिंक अबाउट पास्ट राइट नाउ, क्योंकि वो हेल्प नहीं करने वाला है बिल्कुल भी. राइट? द ओनली थिंग व्हिच कैन हेल्प फ्रॉम पास्ट इज, आई कैन मेंशन, योर कॉन्फिडेंस and your adaptability, your capability to adapt. Like, first be clear on your present, then be clear on your vision, and based on that take action. And one thing which I realized is that हर किसी का personal finance अलग होने वाला है, that is for sure, and that will be dependent on the responsibilities which you have, and that can depend on age also, because for a person who is married, उनके ऊपर ज्यादा responsibilities हैं as compared to the person who is not married, not in a relationship, or who is completely solo and who is going all in his or her career. तो उनका personal finance अलग होने वाला है.
Definitely.
So you have to understand that also, and based on that I would mention धीरे धीरे, because risk तो हर चीज में है. Even if you're doing a job, there is a risk कि maybe next day you will get fired. So even, let's assume if you're doing a business, maybe next month you will get completely into loss or maybe burnout zone. So you have to be aware about your risk management. धीरे धीरे confidence build up करना है, and then by the time being you will automatically understand कि मेरे को कितने % of my overall money मुझे actually में stocks में डालना है, mutual funds में डालना है. Although I don't mention any other kind of things, what suits you, you go for that. If you want to go for real estate, go for that. If you want to go for FD, go for that. What feels good. और वही वो सब चीजें तब समझ में आएगी when you will be clear कि मुझे future में क्या चाहिए. Like, if you want, let's assume right now you are at 1 lakh, and 10 years down the line, वही 1 lakh से you want to build 100 crores. It's not possible if you are investing in FD. So you will have to play that high risk, high reward thing. High risk भी होता है, but high risk तभी ले सकता है. I do take high risk, but when, not every single time, but when I'm 100% confident कि यार अगर मैं यहाँ पे high risk भी ले रहा हूँ तो मुझे बहुत high reward मिल रहा है, so I have to take that also. और वो तभी आएगा when you're clear कि यार, and even high risk should not be on your overall money. That is the thing I can mention. Never ever take high risk on your overall money for sure. Otherwise you can go right for sure, 50-50 है, but if you go wrong तो थोड़ा उल्टा भी हो सकता है.
You're right then.
हाँ, so even again वो बार बार अगर बड़ा रिस्क लेने की आदत पड़ गई तो maybe sometimes you may go wrong, और वो maybe ऐसा हो सकता है that was your life decision, और उसमें अगर wrong चले गए तो your life is gone. So yeah.
Any tangible activity that you can give, it can be budgeting or anything else that you should follow कि आप finances को track कर सको, और फिर आपका risk reward ratio easily बन जाएगा क्योंकि आपको पता है कि कितना आपके पास left out है that you can invest.
ठीक है. So what I do suggest to everyone is that क्योंकि initially कोई हर किसी का trading capital ready नहीं होता है, and not everybody is ready to invest. So what I do mention is that 6 months का runway रखो, 6 months or 1 year. Except that, let's assume for next 6 months you need, for example, 5 lakhs, for example, inclusive of everything. तो 5 लाख से ज्यादा जितना भी you have amount of money, you can start investing that right now, because headache नहीं रहेगा कि यार मेरे को लगने वाले अगले महीने, मेरे को रेंट पे करना है, मेरे को let's assume मेरे को ट्रैवल करना है, या मुझे ये कुछ खरीदना है, मुझे न्यू लैपटॉप लेना है, न्यू फोन लेना है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो इनिशियली ट्रेडिंग कैपिटल शुड बी फ्रॉम दैट amount only जिसमें you don't have any headache, you don't have any responsibility. अगर वो थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे भी हो जाता है तो you don't get panicked कि यार let's assume you start from 1 lakh, तो अगर उसका 95,000 भी हो गया, so you'll not get panicked or you will not get out of that profession, because हर जगह पे risk reward तो होता ही है. जैसे कि I discussed about job also, I discussed about business also. So you have to realize about that. And budgeting, I can mention, like it has helped me. It has helped everybody in my community also. Like budgeting is important, but budgeting differs from person to person, and you also have to realize कि यार मेरी अभी need क्या है, want क्या है. Want को थोड़ा delay हो सकता है, delayed gratification में जाओ. And trading में भी this is what I do mention कि delayed gratification में जाओ, सब कुछ मिलने वाला है. Just be patient, you will get everything.
Nice. Okay, so हमारी ये trading और finance segment का एक आखिरी question.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your mentors and what are the biggest lessons you learned from them?
ठीक है. So my first mentors, Vishal Malkan from Malkan's View, I can mention, and definitely his wife Meghna Malkan. तो ये दोनों हैं who have actually molded my life to who I am, and they will keep molding who I will become. So I've learned trading from Vishal sir, and I've learned about mindset and high performance from Meghna ma'am, and then comes I've learned about high performance from their mentors also, Brendan Bushell. And I've learned about digital coaching from Siddharth sir. That's what you know, Siddharth Racheka. And I think काफी सारे, now I'm also learning about relationship, and you can consider all those things from Ekta Dixit for sure. So ये मेरा हो गया है. And then comes on health. I'm not much focused on health right now, जो मैं underestimate कर रहा हूँ, but I need to focus on that. So yeah, I can mention that. Or learnings as you mentioned. So first, like ये जो मेरा खुद का लाइफ का गुरु मंत्र बन गया है from Vishal sir, do whatever it takes, whatever you are doing, do whatever it takes. That if you're committed to do something, like first it's like if you're interested to do something, you'll do what's convenient, but if you're committed to do something, you'll do whatever it takes. So first is that, and second is from Meghna ma'am, which I can mention, although बहुत सारे हैं, but I can mention from Meghna ma'am is that बहुत difficult है. So from Meghna ma'am I've learned a lot. So I can mention that be in the zone
भाई
of
कोई लिमिट नहीं है, एक से ज्यादा बता सकते हो.
I can
Give
mention
it away.
नहीं, but I am not in that zone ना कि like where I can mention, क्योंकि advices can also go from person to person. So be in the zone of abundance, which I can mention Meghna ma'am का, that is for sure. Be in the zone of abundance, and even ये चीज मैंने उनसे ही सीखी है, that even though we are speaking the statements in futuristic manner, like we also have learned from The Secret and other books also कि यार like जो चीज नहीं है, we have to think of that also. Like we have fake it till you make it. But I also learned from my own experience that faith it till you make it. ये भी एक चीज है, right?
Nice.
So that's different. But again, when we are speaking in abundance, कि let's assume a lot of people want to make money, right? But according to The Secret, we have to keep it in present tense. Right? जो भी future है, we have to keep it in present tense. So let's assume if you want to make 10 lakhs per month, right? So what a lot of people do mention in their own statements, not being aware about that, is that I don't have money, but I want to make 10 lakhs per month. ये हुआ lakh के साथ abundance.
Exactly.
So what you have to shift your statement is, I have money, but I want to make more so that I can, let's assume I can have this experience, I can.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for what I have. Yeah. Start with that.
So this is also the thing, like be in that zone of gratitude and you'll start attracting the things which you want in life. So ये था. And from Brendan Bushard, I have learned the best of the best is that powerhouse does not have energy, it generates energy. So in the same sense, you don't be like what I can mention, as a person, we are not already having the energy inside us, we have to generate that. And how do we do that? By being more aware, being in present, and being more enthusiastic to serve people and to focus on yourself and others as well. That's what I learned. And from Siddharth sir, I've learned that the way you do anything is the way you do everything.
Everything.
हाँ, तो ये कुछ profound हैं which have actually molded my life. So yeah.
Very profound. Okay, amazing. This was enlightening. This was nice. Okay, अब आते हैं productivity पे. The key burning topic in my mind nowadays, because आप चलती फिरती मूरत है productivity की. The first person, like one of the most productive persons I know, the people I know. So how do you manage your time? सबसे पहले तो.
Okay, how do I manage my time? That's a good question. But I manage myself according to time. Time तो 24 घंटे ही है, so you have to manage according to that. And मेरा fix है, like I have to go to bed at 4 o'clock, wake up at 8:30, then deliver sessions, do this, do that. तो वो I have made it in the form of routine. थोड़ा boring लगता है, but definitely if you are doing interesting things during the whole day long, like let's assume while doing this podcast, this is interesting topic for me. I'm not getting bored at all. We can go for 6 hours also, right? So ये चीज है, do the things which you feel that it is going to make a difference in your life and be better, at least 0.5% better. लोग बोलते हैं कि यार 1% better every day. I am mentioning 0.5 at least बन जाओ. That's more than enough to kickstart with, right? Start reading books, start listening to meaningful podcast. Cringe
Yes.
content देखना बंद करो. And मैं खुद देखता हूँ 30 minutes for sure. मैं खुद देखता हूँ, मेरे को खुद को समझ में आता है कि भाई हम लोग अच्छा है, we are out of that zone, कि we don't need to be in that zone of being into that cringe zone, and we don't need to waste that time.
मेरा
And
ये
even
फिल्टर बड़ा अच्छा लगता है मुझे कि मैं इंस्टाग्राम खोलूं चाहे यूट्यूब खोलूं, मुझे पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट का ही कंटेंट आएगा हर जगह, बिकॉज आई एम ओनली वाचिंग दैट एंड
Yes.
देयर विल बी सम ऑफ डांस एंड कॉमेडी बस, so
Correct.
that I can keep myself light.
Correct. So even that is one thing, but I do mention कि यार 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day, that is which you can
Still
spend
okay.
on the things. I'm mentioning you can spend on the things which you feel कि यार I'm grateful कि मैं ये चीजें रोज नहीं कर रहा हूँ. You can do it, like even for me also, I waste my 30 minutes a day, maybe twice or thrice a week.
Nice.
ताकि मेरे को समझ में आए कि यार मेरे को यहाँ से बाहर निकलना है, and this is for not permanent thing. I'm not going to do it for rest of my life, just for temporary, कि यार अभी मैं यहाँ से बाहर निकल रहा हूँ and I'm done with this. So that's what it is. और productivity के लिए I can mention make schedule, और ऐसा schedule मत बनाओ कि like मेरे को 100 चीजें दिन में करनी है. You can do 100 things also, but I would mention start from 2 things, 3 things, धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे वो character बन जाए. By the time it starts becoming your character, start adding more things. जैसे कि for me at the current scenario, waking up is my character. I have to wake up at this time. I have to go to bed at 3-4 o'clock. वो मेरा fix है. I have to listen to at least half a podcast every single day. Then read books, read Bhagavad Gita for sure. ये मेरा fix हो गया. ये दोनों चीजें कर रहा हूँ मैं. Then I do meditation. I do a lot of activities जो complete discipline में है. And I deliver sessions with discipline कि यार इतने बजे शुरू होगा, इतने बजे end होगा. So that's how you have to build that character. और वो तभी आएगा when you are focusing कि यार मेरे को यहाँ से अब start करना है. Start with one thing. Start reading one book. Start doing meditation. 5 मिनट से start कर लो. It will start making difference in your life. और meditation ऐसा भी नहीं करना चाहिए कि यार मेरे को complete like I have to go half an hour and all. Not like that. Even मैंने एक ये चीज सीखी थी from I think one of the experts is that whatever your age is, you should be capable enough to do meditation for that time. Let's assume if I'm 21, तो मैं 21 minutes तक at least I can push my limits. Let's assume if I'm doing for 10 minutes. Right now my timing is 14-15 minutes. I can push my limits to 21 also. So that's what I learned. And हाँ, एक एक करके चीज implement करो, then you'll be more productive. Do interesting things at least once or twice in a day. It could be like anything. I can't mention because interesting thing, it depends from person to person. For somebody it could be drawing, it could be traveling, it could be talking to somebody, talking to mother, father, or maybe cousins or anything. So it could be anything. So decide your anything.
So clarity plus habits plus discipline, that is productivity.
Schedule can help you a lot.
Okay, amazing. So कुछ common mistakes जो लोग अपने time के साथ बहुत ज्यादा करते हैं. How do you avoid that?
मैंने खुद से कर रखा है. Going Instagram reels किया है. Recently हुआ है. I think January end में. I don't remember the time exactly. तो हाँ, मैंने वहाँ पे बहुत time spend किया था, but definitely I realized कि यार this is not what I want to be in my life. So I got out of it, and yeah, so they are not being aware कि यार मैं time कहाँ spend कर रहा हूँ.
True.
Even if you're spending, I can mention that even if you're reading for 30 minutes, I can mention it's a very good habit. So you have to decide कि यार कौन सी चीजें हैं which can actually make a difference in my life. कुछ लोग, see, for me it's like मेरा एक cousin भाई है, he is learning editing, he is watching a lot of YouTube videos कि मेरे को editing कैसे सीखना है and all. For me it's like कि यार मेरे को ये help नहीं करने वाला है, but for him it's very helpful.
It's
So you
useful.
also have to be you also have to come to the conclusion कि मेरे को लाइफ में क्या करना है और what I am doing right now, जिसके हिसाब से मेरे को क्या चीज हेल्पफुल होगी. So yeah,
Correct.
like for somebody it's like content creation, तो content creation के बारे में सीख सकते हैं. For somebody who wants to learn about personal development, they can watch personal development videos, they can attend programs, they can attend courses and so on. So yeah,
Awesome.
but
So
except
be
that
aware.
I can mention 80-20 रूल फॉलो कर सकता है. I have not followed that क्योंकि मेरा पूरा दिन जो होता है वो already packed होता है, and I do interesting things but not more than 10 to 15 minutes just for the sake of, you can consider, in the form of
Rejuvenation.
gap. हाँ, in the form of gap. And yeah, so you also have to be aware of that कि यार मेरे को कौन सी चीजें important है and what are the two must do things.
करेक्ट, या मेरी प्रायोरिटीज में क्या है और इस पे टाइम देके मुझे आगे हेल्प होगी या नहीं.
करेक्ट. एंड इवन एक चीज which I would like to mention here is that lot of people do procrastinate कि let's assume अभी मेरे को कुछ, let's assume in the form of content creation, right?
Dude, you're reading my mind. मेरा next question ये था, how do you deal with procrastination?
हाँ, so procrastination का बहुत सिंपल है. I do procrastinate. बहुत चीजों के लिए मैं खुद procrastinate करता हूँ, that is for sure. And और मैंने ये चीज भी सीखी है, procrastination is not equal to laziness. Laziness अलग चीज है, procrastination is different thing. Procrastination is something which we are dealing. Let's assume मेरे को podcast करना पसंद है, so I'll do it. But अगर मेरे को बहुत laziness हो रहा है, मेरे को बहुत लग रहा है कि यार let's just skip it, तो I'll procrastinate कि आज की podcast कल shift कर देंगे, परसों shift कर देंगे. So that's procrastination, right? So how do we deal with that? Again, मेरे को ये statement बहुत hit कर गया था that whenever, let's assume you are making to-do list, 10 चीजों की to-do list है. If you're not completing it by today or tomorrow and you're skipping it to, let's assume, next week, तो अगले हफ्ते की to-do list भर रही है यहाँ से ही. So you're not getting new things just because of your current things. So yeah, and life is all about new things. New things in the sense like ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे को हर रोज कुछ ना कुछ अलग करना है, उसी एक चीज में कुछ अलग करना है. So yeah,
nice.
I learned from, I think, David Goggins or Chris Williamson. I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
Okay, so like you said कि ये actually बहुत सही चीज है कि when you're not creating the urgency, आपको ऐसा लगता है कि या तो आपका failure ratio बहुत high है कि I'm definitely gonna fail at this, तब भी आप procrastinate करते हो कि क्या फायदा, मुझसे नहीं होने वाला. So that is also one of the reasons we procrastinate, and then it becomes a thing that you don't want to do or you just cannot do, and you are very good at this. So how do you make yourself do the things that you don't want to?
Get into it.
Okay.
Get into it. मेरे को अगर let's assume अगर मेरे को swim नहीं करना है as per my mindset, but मेरे को swimming करनी ही है. Let's assume like I'm into swimming career, right? Let's assume I want to win that gold medal or what जो भी होता होगा, like
Yeah,
first,
or it's just necessary for your fitness.
हाँ, let's assume मुझे जिम जाना है, right? मुझे आज थोड़ा लग रहा है कि यार I'm feeling lazy, मुझे जिम नहीं जाना है. For example, what I do is थोड़ा सा पुश कर लेता हूँ, चल ठीक है यार ड्रेस चेंज कर लेते हैं, एटलीस्ट वी कैन चेंज द ड्रेस. जिम नहीं जाते हैं तो थोड़ा ड्रेस को देख के मोटिवेशन आता है कि यार ठीक है अब पहन लिया है, अब घर पे बैठ के तो ये कर नहीं सकते. हाँ, देन वी कैन गो टू जिम. तब भी प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन हो रहा है, जस्ट लुक एट द पीपल अराउंड यू जो जिम कर रहे हैं. थोड़ी देर बाद में हाथ पैर चलने लगेंगे, चल यार कर लेते हैं, आधा घंटा ही कर लेते हैं बट कर लेते हैं. सो आई कैन मेंशन गो
This was like so damn relatable, literally, because I go to the gym in the evening और वो सबसे ज्यादा एकदम आलसपन का टाइम होता है.
करेक्ट.
Like 4 to 5 or around that. So I'm literally doing this कि चलो पहले बैग सेट कर लेते हैं, मूड हुआ तो चले जाएंगे, शूज पहन लेते हैं, सॉक्स पहन लेते हैं, फिर सोचेंगे, ड्रेस चेंज कर लेते हैं, फिर देखते हैं मूड हुआ तो जाएंगे. एंड बाय द टाइम आई एम डूइंग ऑल दिस, अब क्या सोचना, अब तो जाना ही है. This is a very good trick you can use. Even in NLP, people suggest the same thing कि ऐसे छोटे छोटे ट्रिगर्स क्रिएट कर दो कि वो आपके लिए नॉर्मल हो जाए.
करेक्ट.
गुड टिप.
गो फॉर इट. स्ट्रेट अवे आई कैन मेंशन.
अब एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन कि आपने बहुत बार सजेस्ट किया दैट यू आर रीडिंग भगवत गीता वेरी रिलीजियसली, वेरी डिलिजेंटली. सो क्या चेंजेस आपने अपने अंदर महसूस किए, क्योंकि whoever is reading भगवत गीता अंदर से बाहर तक के सब बहुत डिफरेंट हो जाता है. सो पहले तो क्या चेंज आपने फील किए और आपकी की लर्निंग्स अभी तक की क्या है, व्हाटएवर यू हैव रेड?
सो जो बहुत पॉपुलर चीज है, दैट even this is what is with all the religious books also, like Bhagavad Gita, you take Quran, you take
Bible
also, you take Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, whatever you take,
Yeah.
What happens is, जो भी सवाल आपके दिमाग में है, just hold that question in your mind, open it, you'll get the answer. Because this is what I've experienced. एक बार मेरे भाई ने मेरे को बोला था that right now we are in this one Kalyug, and then we will go to Gaur Kalyug also, where people will not even remember the name of gods. They will not even remember कि यार ये भगवान जो भी थे, उनका रोल क्या था हमारी लाइफ में. They were our ancestors, और उन्होंने बहुत कुछ किया हमारी लाइफ में, and so on, right? So whether you believe in God or not, but there is ultimate divine, that is for sure, right?
Yeah, true.
And even this is written in Bhagavad Gita also. I think I have not read that, but मेरे को एक वीडियो के थ्रू पता चला that in Bible it is mentioned that I am the messenger of a God,
Yes.
or I think I am going vice versa. और कुरान में लिखा हुआ है that I am devotee of a God. ये दोनों I think I am mismatching.
Yeah, they're pretty
यही है.
similar.
And श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी में भी यही लिखा है that we are providing the message, like we are passing the message from God to the universe, to the normal human being. And Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he has mentioned I am God, right? So even whomever you believe in, वो वही बोलते हैं that God is one, right? Whatever religion you follow, but I'm not going for religion, I'm going for spiritual. That is internal self, right? तो फॉर मी इवन जब मेरे भाई ने वो सवाल पूछा, ऑन द सेम डे ही वाज सिटिंग राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी हियर, एंड मैंने भगवत गीता खोली, एंड आई डू रीड बिफोर गोइंग टू बेड, क्योंकि मेरे को वो स्पिरिचुअल जोन में जाना होता है. आई जस्ट नीड टू बी कूल एंड काम. तो इन दैट सेम वर्स आई गॉट द आंसर कि नो मैटर व्हाट the yoga is all about, no matter what your age is all about, no matter what your gender is all about, no matter what your religion is all about, no matter even जब अर्थ खत्म होने पे आएगी, हाइपोथेटिकल कंसेप्ट, तब भी भगवान का जो वो है, वी कैन कंसिडर देयर कैरेक्टर, जो उनका रोल था, जो उन्होंने एक्चुअली में प्रेजेंट किया, जो हमको पता है अब तक, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी सेम. उनका नाम चेंज नहीं होगा, जो उनकी हिस्ट्री थी दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज, एंड एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू रिमेन फॉर एवर, फॉर लाइक दैट्स गोना बी कांस्टेंट, कि ऐसा हुआ ही था. Nobody can change it. And second question, I don't remember exactly, but मेरी जो cousin sister है, she asked, not cousin but real sister, she asked me one question, या फिर उसने कुछ statement बोला था, and on the same day I got that answer in the same words, same words में लिखा हुआ था कि ये ऐसा ही है. So I think in any of the spiritual books, whatever you take, you're going to get answers to your questions. Just hold your questions. And मैंने श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी से भी answers लिए हैं, and I do go to गुरुद्वारा also. So वहां पे मुझे आंसर्स मिले हैं. So this is what I can mention from my experience, that spiritual books जो भी हैं, first you have to have faith in that, कि there is ultimate divine above us, and who is actually controlling everything, who is actually playing the role for every human being. ये जो podcast हो रही है, it's because of him, and we are nothing. And even if we are making a bigger difference in this world, we are just the catalyst of God to make a bigger difference in the world.
True.
क्योंकि ये मैंने मेडिटेशन के हिसाब से सीखा था, that even with regards to this only, कि कलयुग आ रहा है, घोर कलयुग आने वाला है, and lot of people are just like मैं कर रहे हैं, like only me, मैं कर रहे हैं. They are not like family या मेरा भाई या फिर our overall mankind, सिर्फ मैं, right? So in that stage also, if you go deeper into it, you do meditation, you raise your vibrancy. Let's assume we are doing this podcast, the people, those who are watching, we are making difference in their life. Let's assume I'm founder of the company. So if I have, let's assume 100 employees under me, I'm making difference in their life also. And it's like ripple effect also, right?
Yes.
And Bhagavad Gita के काफी सारे lessons हैं, is that first we have to have devotion for God. तभी जाके we can understand कि what is written in that spiritual book. So first we have to surrender. अगर हम specific self education language में भी ले लें, so first we have to surrender. Second I have learned is that that whatever process is mentioned, कि ये करना है, वो करना है, you have to follow that, otherwise you won't get the result. Let's assume you want to make a pizza.
Oh, true.
So the process is going to be the same. So it's like पहले सॉस नहीं डालेंगे, first we have to make that batter, and then we have to do all those things.
Good one.
That's the thing. And I think
great analogy.
हाँ,
ये निकलेगा नहीं दिमाग से.
हाँ, और third I think बहुत सारे हैं, like every single day I do get lot of lessons also, And one of the best answers, like one of the best lesson I have learned is that no matter how much material success you achieve, till the time you are not spiritually grounded, till the time you are not connecting with the ground level people, it's not going to make sense. Even this is what I learned from the founder or co-founder of Mankind Pharma. He mentioned that जब तक लोगों के साथ interact नहीं करोगे, जब तक आप अपने consumers के साथ, अपनी company वालों के साथ, जो आपके teammates हैं, till the time you're not connecting with them on a soul level, on a one-on-one level, till then you can't make a bigger difference. So yeah, I can mention that अहंकार नहीं आना चाहिए in simple Hindi. So yeah, spiritually grounded होना चाहिए. And materialistically, I can mention that no matter how much amount of money you make, you have to accept कि मेरे ऊपर कोई ना कोई और है. If I'm making 100 million per month, there is someone who is making 101, who is making 200 million per month, who is making 500, 1 billion per month. So you have to accept that, and then again getting back to basics. क्योंकि कितना भी पैसा कमा लो, you have to get back to the basics only. खाना वही होगा, सोने का खाना तो नहीं खाएंगे, डायमंड के खाने तो नहीं खाएंगे, लाइक डायमंड की ड्रेसेस तो नहीं पहनेंगे, बेसिक चीजें होने वाली है. So you have to be aware of that, and also be aware कि even though we are achieving that materialistic success, how we can be spiritually grounded and how we can make a difference in people's life. Like greatest of the greatest, we know Sir Ratan Tata. He's one of the biggest inspiration in my life also. No matter how much success you achieve, you have to contribute to the people. And even if you reach out to anyone, if you compare between two people, they will mention about Tata only. Why? Because he has done that work. So people should remember about you for generations. So do that work. Not for bad one, but for good one.
नाइस. बहुत सारे नगेट्स थे इस मोनोलॉग में.
अभी बहुत है, छोटे जितने मेरे को याद है, I just mentioned that, but
अरे no worries, there are many series and podcasts to come. We'll cover it all. Okay, so keeping it a little light, what do you do for self care? क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा हसल मोड में हम लोग सब जा चुके हैं. सेल्फ केयर कहीं कोने में थोड़ी सी बेचारी वेट करी होती है कि मुझे भी थोड़ा केयर दे दो. So what do you do for self care?
Self care पर्सनल लेवल में I do lot of मस्ती मजाक with my colleagues for sure. ये मेरा self care में, because I feel कि यार till the time you're not, at least like in a day, if you're not making someone laugh,
yes,
even if it's worst of the worst jokes, even if वो आप पे हंस रहे हैं, do it. At least you're making someone smile, right?
Yeah.
So do that. और ये मेरा self care में आता है, because I love to look at people, those who are smiling and those who are laughing, and those who are in that positive zone, positive vibrancy. Then comes, for self care, outings are best for me. And then comes listening to my body. कि अगर मेरे को नींद आ रही है, I'll take a nap for sure. And I'm not being brutal, honestly. This is the blunt answer which I'm giving. I'm not being productive for 30 days in a month. कुछ दिन होते हैं Sundays, not because Sundays are like weekends and all, but Sundays are like मैं बहुत आराम से उठता हूँ. I just do the things which I love to do, not because कि ये मेरे schedule में है, but I only do the things which I love to do. Sunday को वही होता है. अगर मेरे को बाहर जाना है, unnecessary plans भी बन रहा है, I'll do it. So yeah, I'm not being brutal on that, and I also do accept the fact that 30 days हम लोग productive नहीं होने वाले हैं. So based on that, again, ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि यार from 30 days you are just procrastinating for 20 days. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. 1-2 दिन is absolutely okay. 3 दिन भी it's absolutely okay. 5 दिन भी worst case scenario होना चाहिए. But whatever 5 days you are like let's assume you are spending on any other activities, do make sure जो 25 दिन काम कर रहे हैं उसमें वो 5 दिन कवर अप कर रहे हैं.
Yes, you bounce back stronger.
Yeah. Not bounce back, but जो 5 दिन का काम कर सकते थे, potential outcome जो create कर सकते थे, potential input जो डाल सकते थे, we have to cover up that also. Like let's assume 25 दिन के लिए we can work half an hour extra, 1 hour extra.
Okay. Life में ऐसी कौन सी चीजें हैं that affect you the most? Give me a list of 4 to 5 things.
ठीक है, तो सबसे पहला affect in the sense positive one या negative one?
Everyone. ऐसी कोई चीज जो तुमको सबसे ज्यादा affect करेगी.
ठीक है, तो सबसे पहला like which is inspiration for me currently also, my father's life before, like till the age when I was 1 to 6, we were living multi-millionaire's life. So that inspires me every single day in and day out to work, not just for myself but for the overall people also, because I feel by the time I'm raising my vibrancy, others will also get to that level. So yeah, first is that. Second is from being multimillionaire to being bankrupt also and being zero. तो वो inspiration आना चाहिए कि यार whatever success you're going to get, it's temporary, it's not permanent. And एक और चीज है which is very important is that काफी सारे लोगों को लगता है कि यार आई एम डूइंग दिस जॉब, मेरे को कोई रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, राइट? काफी सारे लोगों को लगता है आई एम अ मैनेजर, तो लोग मेरे को रिस्पेक्ट करने चाहिए, या बाय डिफॉल्ट करते हैं लाइक ही इज अ मैनेजर, शी इज अ मैनेजर, या फिर समवन हु इज अ फाउंडर who gets respect, whether he or she, right? So you have to understand that at whatever stage of life you are right now, you're getting respected based on your title and your fame, not you. Because the place where are you right now, that can be replaced by someone else. The place at which you are right now, that can be replaced by someone or the other one, for sure. And even I think कि Bhagavad Gita में भी लिखा हुआ है that everybody is replaceable. This podcast can be replaced by somebody else. Whatever I'm speaking right now, somebody else can speak that as well. Maybe मुझसे ज़्यादा. So that's what it is. So everybody is replaceable. Don't think that I'm irreplaceable. You are replaceable, and you're going to get the level of fame, like you are going to get the level of respect based on your title. So let's assume if you're a billionaire, you're going to get respect based on that. If you are, let's assume you're a doctor, people will not disrespect you. वो गालियां नहीं देंगे कि यार you did this, you did that. They will appreciate like he's a doctor, and that respect, that fame, that not fame but I can mention जो लोगों का behavior रहेगा, that will be based on your fame level, your title level. Let's assume doctor का ठीक है, but let's assume right now I'm a multimillionaire for sake of example. So people will surround me. I'll surround myself with people those who are above me, or there will be a lot of people those will come to me in the form of seeking help. And that is for sure. In this world, we are either taking help from somebody or we are helping somebody, right? So ये चीज होना चाहिए. But let's assume I'm not a multimillionaire right now. Let's assume I'm at level 0. So will somebody take help from me? Absolutely not. Person वही था, इंसान वही था. But
how does it affect you?
Which one? This one?
Question was, what are the things that affect
So
you?
it affected me in a positive way, to have the positive aspect for sure. And success is temporary. जो भी level achieve कर रहे हैं, that is temporary, because again we have to aspire for bigger one, and सर पे नहीं चढ़ जाना चाहिए, that is for sure. क्योंकि मेरे सर पे भी बहुत चढ़ा है, पैसा तो बहुत चढ़ा है, and थोड़ा उसको नीचे लाना for sure है, whether it is in terms of health, whether it is in terms of relationship, whether it is in terms of money. You have to be grounded and you have to understand कि यार मेरे को यहीं रहना है, मेरे को यही maintain करना है, और keep increasing that कि what is enough for me.
Okay. So what was the toughest time of your life and how did you bounce back from it? क्या सीखा?
The toughest time for me was while making the decision to drop out, क्योंकि मैं काफी सारी चीजें साथ में कर रहा था, and I was doing 3 different things in a day. I was doing this one. I was doing engineering also. I was doing trading also. I was doing affiliate marketing also. तीनों चीजें साथ में at a personal level. फैमिली लेवल पे तो और कुछ ही चल रहा था, रिलेशनशिप लेवल पे कुछ और चल रहा था, हेल्थ लेवल पे कुछ और चल रहा था. सो that was the toughest level, toughest phase of my life. I think it lasted for 7 months, and I can mention that even if मेरे को time machine भी मिल जाए, I can do time travel, I'll not make it smoother. I'll keep it even more roughest, ताकि I can what we call निखर के बाहर है, like that's what I can mention.
Nice. Okay. What are the habits that literally changed your life?
Book reading, meditation, and connecting with new people, like-minded and even more positive-minded people. And एक और habit है जो कि बहुत लोगों को अजीब लगेगा, but be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like I have had a conversation with people those are actually multi-millionaires when I was actually at 0. I was so much uncomfortable कि यार how he is at that level, how like मैं ऐसे like why am I at level 0 right now? I was too much uncomfortable. And even abhi bhi, I do talk to a lot of industrialists, and even when I go to events also, I had a conversation with one person who is actually managing a lot of multi-million-dollar businesses. I was like, man, even he's very cool and calm. I learned how to be consistent in meditation from him. Like, what are the practices which we should follow? So I can mention book reading. Then comes mere liye it's like listening to podcast, meditation, explore, whether it is in terms of traveling, whether it is in terms of your internal self. And I'm exploring myself with the help of spirituality, that is by reading Bhagavad Gita right now and by doing meditation. So ye dono are helping me. Gratitude journal is helping me a lot. And I can mention be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Ye kuch cheezein hain. And yeah.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
keeping the schedule, keeping the main thing.
Nice. Good one liner.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the definition of personal development according to you? तुम्हारे हिसाब से.
For short term or long term?
Both.
ठीक है. For short, पहले let's go for long term. For me, it's like being a person who has transformed him or herself. So let's assume you are 100 kgs right now. और अगर कोई आपको 2 या 3 साल बाद देख रहा है, so you should be like, if you want to lose weight, so you should be at that 60, 70 or whatsoever, what's your goal? So it should be like, कोई देख रहा है तो he or she should mention, you have changed.
Yes, you're a different person now.
Not just in terms of health, but in terms of the way you speak, the way you interact, and in terms of your money for sure. क्योंकि otherwise world is gonna outbeat you. And तो ये था for long term. You don't have to improve, you have to transform. And ये long term के लिए था, but in short term you have to improve. You have to focus on improvement, not on transformation. Because एक दिन में you can't lose 10 kg weight.
Yeah.
You
Nice.
have to improve. कि let's assume कल मैंने 5 kgs weight, let's assume dumbbell press किया, so I have to have like, today I'll go for 7.5, next week go for 10, then so on, as per your body, or for example.
Impressive.
In short term, go for improvement. 0.5, 1% जो भी what feels good to you. In long term, you have to go for transformation.
Okay, that was a very interesting contrast. Loved it. Okay,
Even
let's
मैंने अभी सीखा, like in the end of 2023, last एक हफ्ते में सीखा है.
Okay, so my timing is good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's come to the dating point of view, because you are 21, and how long have you been in the relationship, which is stronghold?
ठीक है, तो relationship से पहले friendship थी, so 3 years, 5 years of friendship, and then 4 years of relationship, almost.
That is almost like 9 years. Guys, you can calculate, because I have given up. I
हाँ.
don't know how that works.
It
Okay,
works.
so you are in a strong, steady relationship, और अभी जो जमाना है, it is like इतने सारे ships बन गए, you can't even count. There is situationship and this and that. Even like there was a funny reel कि आज कोई भी word के आगे ship लगा तो वो एक dating ritual हो जाता है.
Correct.
So what are your thoughts on this?
I'll model this one, Ekta Dikshit, on this point. Your future, your goal should be clear. Let's assume you and your partner want to get into a relationship. Let's assume first you're friends or best friends or whatsoever. Let's assume you want to be in a relationship. So you have to ask each other's, what's your goal? Like, you want to marry each other's, or you just want to be in a relationship, or this is just for 1 week or 1 day, whatsoever. That will help you. And once it's decided, you have to stand still on it, because the other person is actually dependent on you in some way or the another, whether it is emotionally, whether it is some sort of a bit financially, then comes mentally also, because when a lot of breakups happen, people also go mentally down. So you also have to be in that zone कि यार, if this goes wrong, what can happen? And yeah, worst case scenario को लेके चलना है. I'm not mentioning about only flowery things. Take the worst thing in mind कि क्या हो सकता है, what are the consequences which we will have to face, and then go for it. Go all in.
Okay.
I can mention. Give your
Nice.
100%.
Okay, but this is like somewhere in the middle, क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा बुफे लगा हुआ है, options की तो कोई कमी
हाँ,
किसी को नहीं है,
बिल्कुल.
right? So how would you even get to the point where you're ready to go all in?
When you're sorted in your own life, because
Okay.
this helped me a lot. Pehle I was not sorted, but by the time I started getting sorted in my life, health wise मेरे को क्या करना है, in terms of finances what I'm doing, in terms of business what I'm doing, in terms of, let's assume, relationship what I'm doing. So once it gets sorted, so I think that's gonna help a lot. Just be sorted, and ये again it will dive deeper into your inner self कि यार मेरी current health क्या है, मेरा current relationship क्या चल रहा है, मेरे पहले कितने रिलेशनशिप्स हो चुके हैं या मेरा पहला है,
What are you
what I'm
expecting of your
aspiring
partner?
for. हाँ, what I'm aspiring for. And in terms of finances also, कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मेरा क्या है, like am I doing a job, am I aspiring for doing a business, or am I doing this, or do I want career transition or whatsoever. So I feel पहले ये discuss हो जाना चाहिए. But even this is my mistake also, maybe I'll learn later on. But if you are about to get into relationship, for the people those who are willing to go for, I would suggest पहले ही दिन या पहले ही हफ्ते में you should ask this question, like what's your goal. Let's assume if my goal is this, what's your goal? Do you want this to sustain forever, or this is just for the short term?
ऑलराइट,
This
अब
will
एक
help a
बहुत
lot.
ही इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को पता है, सब लोग पूछते रहते हैं कि व्हाट आर योर रेड फ्लैग्स गर्ल्स से, बट मैं बॉयज का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जानना चाहती हूँ कि अकॉर्डिंग टू बॉयज क्या
ठीक है.
रेड फ्लैग्स होते हैं इन अ गर्ल. गिव मी 3 to 5.
3 to 5 गर्ल्स में.
हाँ, आई वांट अ मेन पर्सपेक्टिव हियर, क्योंकि गर्ल्स का तो मैं दे सकती हूँ सबको.
ठीक है, cause see honestly मैं पहले से prepared था for this question, but I was prepared कि यार I will not point out for girls, because see every gender, because I'm not a girl, I can't mention कि वो
No, no,
actually में
I'm
है या
not
फिर
interested in what girls think. I just want to know according to you as a,
it can be
कि
both,
अगर ये
it can
चीजें
be for
तुम्हें
both.
दिखती है ना गर्ल, दिस इज अ
हाँ,
रेड फ्लैग, भागो.
I can mention for both क्योंकि
ओके, कूल, गो
हाँ,
अहेड.
तो first
बहुत ही
is,
डिप्लोमेटिक इंसान.
हाँ नहीं, I can mention for both क्योंकि I am not into that zone, मेरे को नहीं पता what are the red flags in
ओके,
girls.
जस्ट योर
First can be,
पर्सपेक्टिव, गो अहेड.
हाँ, first can be possessiveness, like hyper possessiveness नहीं होना
हाँ,
चाहिए. Possessiveness is very good, I can mention it's very good, right? Then comes blame game नहीं होना चाहिए in both the things.
गुड
Take
थिंग.
responsibility of it. Third I can mention, first was, second is blame game, first is this one मैं भूल गया.
हाँ,
First
वो
is,
सब याद रखेंगे, यू गो
हाँ
अहेड.
ठीक है, second is blame game. Third I can, हाँ, first was possessiveness, second is blame game. Third I can mention कि यार if both of you are not actually looking forward to upgrade yourself, I think it will not sustain. अगर sustain
मेजर
करके तो बहुत झगड़े होंगे, because ultimately as per day in and day out
फ्रीक्वेंसीज
you
वो
have to upgrade
नॉट
yourself.
मैच.
हाँ, that's for sure. और there will be days, both have to accept ups and downs, दोनों की लाइफ में होंगे. So you have to take hold of it and take your partner upside. And financially किसी को judge मत करो, that's what I can mention, because I am into finances and I have experienced this क्योंकि like there are a lot of relationships which I have seen which have actually been better just because of not focusing on finances. It's like दोनों काम कर रहे हैं. If husband is making, let's assume 1 lakh per month and wife is making 80,000 per month, just for that 20,000 difference they are judging each other and they are
या
putting,
दैट कैन डिसरम्बल द रिलेशन.
हाँ, तो ये that was in finances. So yeah, these are 4 to 5. I can
नाइस.
mention if you work on those, your relationship will get better,
ओके.
or even your marriage also. And one thing, the best advice which I can give is that कोई भी झगड़ा होता है, होने ही वाला है for sure, whether it is whatever it is, जो भी होने वाला है. If you feel कि वो जो topic है वो थोड़ा deep है, maybe it can take couple of days, but don't let it go beyond 1 week, क्योंकि it's also taking your energy. क्योंकि if you are not getting sorted in relationship, you will not be able to work at your job or your
या
business or whatsoever, right? You will not be able to focus on your health, right? And if it's like minutest of the minutest झगड़ा वगैरह and all, try to sort it before going to bed. क्योंकि if it's a marriage तो दोनों तो साथ में ही होंगे, right? So you have to sort that. That's what I can mention before going to bed. And अगले दिन वो topic बाहर नहीं आना चाहिए.
ओके.
And you have to
अकॉर्डिंग
sort
टू
it
यू,
in a way like या तो उसका आउटकम पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए या तो न्यूट्रल होना चाहिए. डोंट गो इनटू नेगेटिव कि यार you did that, I did that, I'll do this in future, you did wrong to me, I'll take some other kind of revenge in future. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. That's what I can mention.
ऑलराइट, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू व्हाट आर द ट्रेट्स ऑफ हैविंग अ मिलियनेयर माइंडसेट.
ठीक है. First I can mention understanding yourself. Not everyone wakes up early in the morning.
हाँ,
Not everyone is
the
suitable to
rhythm
go
अलग
to
होता
bed early in the night, right?
है. Yes.
Decide as per you. मेरा क्या है, since childhood I'm a night owl, I'm being on that, or it's very good for my health also, and that's what I've observed based on my
Key point.
own life. हाँ, even if I wake up early in the morning, तब भी I go to bed at late night. So I've observed that. So first understand about yourself, And then I can mention habits build up karna chahiye, like start building good habits, otherwise bad habits are automatically gonna attract you. तो ये चीज है. And surround yourself with people whom you feel that you will feel uncomfortable around them, but ultimately that's for your growth. And fourth, I can mention reading books, because every single self-help book or maybe whatever topic you want to, so वहां से
Upgrade yourself.
you will get one idea which is $1 million idea. And if you
हाँ.
read
एक
100,
आइडिया जो बदल दे आपकी दुनिया.
नहीं, not just दुनिया, but ultimately it's like एक book पढ़ने के बाद you start implementing it, then you go to next book, you start implementing
Yes.
it, so that it founds a layer of profound disciplined characters or characteristic traits. कि यार let's assume I'm waking up early in the morning, तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ उसके बाद? Am I watching Instagram or I am doing something else? I am doing something for my own self. I'm doing meditation, I'm doing affirmations, incantations, or whatsoever. Right? So that is also going to play a major role. So take charge of the morning, which I can mention, and take charge of your night also. Before going to bed, whatever things you're going to do, like whatever thoughts you're going to have, I think that is going to define your future. That's
Yes.
Fortunately or unfortunately, that's gonna define your future, whether it is positive or negative. So have positive thoughts, be in the sense of gratitude while going to bed, and gratitude journal, that is for sure. Have mentors, whatever
Yes.
field, health, wealth, relationship, whatever you want to improve, or you want to improve all the three, have best of the best. And yeah, that's what I can mention.
Great points. Okay, big question. What lies in the heart of a pro trader like you? I would add pro
Heart.
spiritual trader. What is in your heart?
Okay. At a personal level, this is one of my goals. 5 years down the line is that I want to feed at least 1,000 people, 500 to 1,000. I'm not 100% on 100% still on that. I can go beyond 1,000 also. So it's my goal. Like every single day, I want to donate food to all those people every single day, in the morning, in the night, and so on. So it's like connect whatever money you're making, connect it to spirituality also. And it's not something I'm going all in into that, but some part of it for sure.
Yes.
So that it inspires me to make more money. Yeah, that's what I can mention.
Awesome. Okay, let's start with a rapid fire segment called Keep It Swift. Now, people are very familiar with this.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot.
Ready.
Okay. What is your idea of spirituality in a line or two?
Connecting with your own self.
Okay. First thing you do in the morning and right before sleeping.
In the morning, I do prayer subconsciously, and I compliment myself in a positive way. Before going to bed, I write my gratitude journal and I listen to a meditation, and while going through the meditation, I go to bed. That's it.
Perfect. What is your biggest accomplishment so far?
Biggest accomplishment are many, but one or two are like getting award in front of 650 to 700 high performance and like world's best coaches. So that was one of that, getting award on that stage. In terms of personal level, it's like improving myself when speaking in front of 1,500 people. That's what is one of the accomplishments. And biggest of the biggest accomplishments which I can mention is that taking the decision to be a trader and a coach rather than following the formal education.
Awesome. Had you met yourself 5 years ago, what would you suggest yourself?
Past.
5 साल पहले, which would be very young, like 16.
Okay, so how many advice which I can give?
Whatever you want to say to your younger self.
Okay, so what I'll do is life's journey, keep it same. I don't want to change it. Start reading books. Start going deep inside you, and then I can mention manage your finances, and I can mention start connecting with people. Yeah, these are 3 to 4.
Touche. Books you would suggest to people that this is a must, right?
About trading, I'll mention my mentor's book, #Cashtags. About manifestation, people do mention about The Secret. I'll mention The Secret with Emotion Alchemy. These are the 2 things. And about high performance, I can mention from Brendan Bushard, High Performance Habits and the Motivation Manifesto. I'm about to read both of those, but I've read the context and I've started both of those books. And I'll also mention about one book which I read recently, is that Attitude is Everything. Best book so far, one of the best books.
Okay,
And
it's by?
yeah, these are 3
Oh,
to 4 books.
the author of this book is Attitude is
Jeff
Everything.
Keller. Attitude is Everything, Jeff Keller. Hashtag, it's by Vishal sir and Meghna ma'am. The Secret, multiple authors,
Yeah.
and like Rhonda Bryan, and she's taking the documentary, and Emotional Alchemy by Devina Rao. These are some of the books.
Perfect. Okay. What is your idea of self-love?
Idea of self-love. Deep one. Okay, so it's like definition or what self-love, like I'm not
Means
able
to
to.
you. Yeah. What does it mean to you?
Self-love, according to me, it's like taking care of yourself the way someone else who loves you is taking care of you. That's what I mean.
Whoa, profound. Nice. Okay. So, are you currently an introvert or an extrovert? Because it's kind of hard to tell.
Sort of ambivert and extrovert, not an introvert for sure.
Okay. And that is also a huge accomplishment. Best compliment you have ever received?
You're not an introvert.
Movies or series you would suggest to people and why?
Movies. Okay, so I can mention The Secret documentary, and
Yeah.
I don't watch too many movies, but
Scam 1992.
if you want to just understand about how stock market works and all, in like
In a nutshell.
what are the different loopholes, also you'll be able to understand that. So Scam 1992.
Any
And you can
series?
also go through Scam 2003.
Oh, yeah. Last person you searched on Instagram?
Damn, difficult.
You can check your
Ekta Dikshit. Yeah, Ekta Dikshit. Yeah, I
Okay.
followed her. Yeah, so I do check out her profile every day.
Who's your spirit animal? The animal you relate to the most?
Which one? Element.
Spirit animal. कौन से animal से आप सबसे ज्यादा relate करते
Tiger.
हो? Okay. 3 personalities that impacted you the most.
Personalities. Example.
Like anyone, it can be your mentors, it can be celebrities for public speaking, etc. जिन लोगों को देख के लगता है कि यार, this person is something.
ठीक है. So I'll mention in different aspects. In trading, I want like Vishal sir for sure. In terms of, I can mention listening skills, because I've realized that for sure I'll go for Meghna ma'am. And in terms of listening skills and this one mindset, working on your mindset and all, that personality. Ekta Dikshit for relationship, and I can mention high performance, Brendan Bushard, and few others. Yeah.
Okay. All right. When would you feel yourself a fit human being?
When would I feel? Currently. But definitely one of my aspirations is like to have like 75 kgs weight with like, yeah, that's what it is.
Because this is
In
the
terms of
exercise that we also do in our goal setting. कि हर एक area of life में you should be visually clear that how you want your health or your physique to be and your
Yes.
mind and so on and so forth.
Yes. So in
Okay.
terms of health, 75 kgs almost. And one of my goals in life is I want to reach to the goal of, in terms of finances, 50,000 crores. And in terms of relationship, I want the best. So yeah, I'm making it the best.
Okay. Your favorite way of meditation?
Focusing on your breath.
Okay. What podcasts would you suggest? ये बहुत important है.
Podcast.
Because I know you listen a very
the podcast
amazing.
I can suggest like on different topics. First, I would suggest like mine for sure. Second, I would suggest I'm following Ranveer Alavadia and Raj Chamani. Ranveer Alavadia for personal development and Raj Chamani for entrepreneurship and all. And third one is like WTF, this podcast by Nikhil Kamath.
Yeah.
To keep it raw and just how we can
Too
go
good.
all in and understand the topic completely in depth. So these are the
Hello.
three. And these are the three. And yours, yeah.
What the hell?
Okay, yeah.
Just kidding, just kidding. Any other?
No, these 4 to 5.
Okay. All right. Top 3 favorite destinations that are in your bucket list.
Bucket list. Okay.
National or international?
Switzerland, and then comes UAE, full, all the 7 states, and I can mention full Europe. Like
Okay.
Switzerland is that, so Europe, and then comes UAE and USA for sure. Like New York.
एक दो कंट्री से पेट नहीं भरेगा, हम पूरा कॉन्टिनेंट देखेंगे.
हाँ, पूरा continent. And
Okay.
I'll go for Antarctica also once I'm in that level, because
That's
Antarctica, it's like we have to have that 6 to 7 month span where we can't go beyond that.
Huh.
Like for 6 to 7 months we have to live in Antarctica. So yeah, that is also one of my bucket list.
Okay. If a book was written on your life, what would be the title be?
In terms, okay, best to worst till best. Again, best to worst
Till
till best. Yeah, one second.
nice, nice. Okay.
Or maybe
Prioritize
best.
SHRCM. Spirituality, health, relationship, career, money. Prioritize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
HRCM. Okay, okay, spirituality. Okay. So first I'll go for spirituality, and then comes money. Money and spirituality both. They can go hand in hand. It's not like if you're being
Yes.
spiritual, you can't have money. And if
A
you
big
have
myth.
money, you can't be spiritual. It's not like that. You can have both hand in hand. Spirituality, money, and then comes relationship and health. Both. Although like I don't judge, like I have all the things on priority, but I can rank them: spirituality, money, health, relationship, and then comes career also, because ultimately if I have all those things sorted, career will be the best.
Yes, true. Key learning of your life so far.
Key learning of my life.
21 years.
In the sense like, okay,
One,
if
एक ऐसी चीज, everything comes down to this in my life.
believing in yourself and implementing what you have learned.
Yeah, good one. Okay, one message to the youth of India.
Dream big, because आजकल काफी सारे mediocre dreams में ही रह जाते हैं. I just want iPhone, I just want this, that. मेरे को यहाँ travel करना है. Dream big. और one statement which I would like to mention is that at dreaming big, even in all my podcast, I do mention that dream big as much as you can. If you know that the possibility to fail in achieving that dream is absolutely zero. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's
That
all.
was deep.
Yeah.
Deep shit, bro. Nice. Okay, so that was the end of our segment, Keep It Swift, and the end of our amazing podcast. So, how did you feel? It was amazing.
Yes, amazing new exploration for me. काफी सारे सवाल new थे in terms of relationship, in terms of health also. So yeah, and in terms of finance also. So thank you so much for having me on your podcast, and I hope it was justice to your time and the audience as well. And yeah, I hope that was worth your time and energy, most importantly.
Yes, most definitely. So, to all the viewers out there, if you wish to connect with him more or a stock
And
market trading,
one thing. For the audience who is still here, I would like to give one gift to all of them. Like we have one of our program, which is actually called as Stock Trading Secrets. This is worth actually 5,000 inclusive of GST. But as they are till the end of this podcast, I would like to give that program absolutely for free to everyone, so that they can understand about stock trading right from the basics. So yeah, this is in the form of giveaway.
awesome.
Like a free gift from my side.
Perfect. So, we'll keep the link in the
Yeah.
description, and also do check out his Instagram profile and YouTube channel, क्योंकि बहुत सारे insights आपको वहां से भी मिल जाएंगे. And he has his personal podcast as well, so do check it out too. और बाकी आपको बहुत amazing free gift मिला है, so फायदा उठाओ और सही mentor से सही चीजें सीखो, and it will be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for your time and your wonderful insights and your awesome energy. I think this was meant to happen today, क्योंकि हम काफी time से इसको postpone कर रहे थे, and it came out
Correct.
amazing. And I had a lot of fun. मुझे बहुत मजा आया conversation से भी, और बहुत सारी चीजें मैंने भी personally सीखी. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Convo with Aysh till the end. I really appreciate your attention and support. If you haven't seen the previous episodes of this podcast, please go to the playlist and watch them. If you want to get connected with the amazing guest of today, please go to the description and check out the links of their profiles. Of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, relatives, or any person that you think would find this valuable or useful. Put down your learnings, queries, or feedbacks in the comments, and I will see you soon in the coming episodes of Convo with Aysh, and with amazing and brilliant content on personal development, public speaking, communication skills, and hope no healing. Until next time, this is Ambivert Aysh signing off. Love, love. See you soon.